Hi, welcome. My name is Jonathan, and this is a quick roots practice. Just the regular roots basic sequence, but on hyperspeed. So moving a little bit quicker, so it's a shorter practice, and for some, maybe a bit more of a workout. So please sit in hero's pose, sitting on a block between your feet. Place your fingertips into dome hands, and lift your rib cage up, and lift up through the crown of your head. First principle of bowspring is radiant heart. So imagine an orb in the very center of your rib cage, expanding outward in all direction. And although it's a physical quality, it can be physicalized by an outward expression of an inward feeling. So think of the feelings of compassion or joy or grace, and allow that to swell from the center outward. On your next inhale, float your hands, touch your fingertips into globe hands, making a commitment to give your fullest effort. Pushing the hands forward, but lifting your outer elbows up. Charge and engage your arms. Then on an inhale, open your eyes, lift your arms forward and up. Curl your fingers into seed hands. Push your arms straight. Open your hands wider than your shoulders. Then lift your hips up away from the block and touch your fingertips down from dome to bright. Remove the block off to the front corner of your mat. And in all fours position, move your shoulders over your wrists and bring your hips over your knees. Point your toes, but pull your toes back towards your knees until the front of your ankles lift. Push your arms straight, lift your rib cage high, and push your knees out to the side to lift your glutes up. From all fours, lift up into crouching cat position. Tuck your toes, keep your rib cage lifted, and allow your sit bones to float upwards. Keep your gaze between your hands and pulse forward on an inhale and back as you exhale, moving with your breath. Then move your left foot closer towards your right foot. Open your right leg out to the side and dome your right hand. One-legged cat. Push the right knee forward. Sit your hips back towards your left heel. Then lower your right hand bright. Lower your right foot beside the left foot and open the left leg out to the side. Dome your left hand. Push your knee forward. Sit your hips back. Keep your rib cage light. Lower your left hand bright. Open your feet as wide as your mat. Looking forward, cat burglar 5 times. Hop forward and back. And then rise up into recovery position. Fingertips to the middle of your thighs. Push your knees forward and move your groins back. Then float your arms forward in front of you, earth position. Curl your fingers into seeds, push your arms straight, and push your hands out to the side. Gaze to the horizon, sitting your hips back, lift your arms, bend your elbows, cup the back of your head, and arc over to the right. Standing crescent. Bend your knees forward, tilt right ear to right shoulder, and pulse a few times, up and down. Lift the left side of your rib cage higher. Then on your next inhale, come back up to center and arc over the other side. Leaning to the left, lift the right side rib cage higher. Pulse up and down. Then back to center. Reach the arms forward in front of you. Cross your hands, Hercules clasp. Then weight your left foot. Dig drag your right, and from the dig drag action, lift your right leg into the air and step it back. Turn your left foot in, standing wide-legged position. Bend your knees, cup the back of your head, ecstasy arms position. Standing wide-legged back bend, lift the rib cage up, sit your hips back. Allow your belly to get longer and stronger at the same time. Then hinge forward at your hips, knees bent, move your hips way back, touch your fingertips to the floor, standing wide-legged forward fold. Curl the fingertips into the ground and pull your rib cage forward. Push forward through the top of your head. Then to rise up, place one hand to your knee, then the other hand. Rise all the way up into wide-legged recovery and turn your right foot to face the back of your mat. Bend into your knee, place your forearm to your thigh, side coil position. Turn the back knee in and cup the back of your head with your left hand. Sitting your hips back, you're welcome to go a little further and bring your right shoulder to the inside of your knee and hold the outside of your left knee. Pulling hand into knee, knee into hand, extend your elbow towards the back of your mat more as you sit back. Staying strong, take one last deep breath in. On an exhale, bow forward, hands to the inside of your right foot, pause. Push the fingers forward, move your hips back. Even encourage and lift your butt muscles upwards. Then place your right hand to the outside of your shin, halfway between your knee and your ankle. Rise up, place your left hand to your hip. Pivot your torso towards the side. And then start to work your right leg straighter as you keep your hips moving back. You're welcome to extend your left arm straight forward in front of you. In this case, I even have a wall to push into to broaden and fill through the upper back as the sit bones move back and apart and the low back moves in. Working the right leg a little bit straighter. Take one last deep breath in. Exhale all the way. Inhale, rise up to stand. Cup the back of the head, both hands. Turn the right foot in and the left foot out. Side coil, second side. Left forearm to your thigh. Holding the back of the head. Turn the back knee in. Sit a little bit lower, move your hips back. Then option to hold the outside of the right knee, left hand. Tilt left ear to left shoulder. Lift the right side rib cage up. Move with your breath. Inhale forward. Exhale, sit down and back. Pulse forward. Move back. Finding a rhythm. Finding a heat. Then touch your hands to the floor inside your left foot. Even here, move forward and back on your feet. Pushing the feet forward. Sit the hips a bit further back. Place your left hand outside your shin, right hand to your hip. Twist to the right, sit your hips back to a hovering back heel, and work your front leg a little bit straighter. So there's strength in the stretch. And then push the right arm out to the side. Broaden through the upper back. Eventually the right arm could reach forward to get an extra side body stretch to the right side. On your next inhale, rise back up. Hercules clasp your hands, then push off your back foot, step forward. From earth position, float the arms in front of you, cup the back of your head, arc over to the right. As you go to the right, this time option to lift your left foot out to the side, left knee out to the side. Standing on one leg, option to take the right hand lower, blue moon pose. I'm going to use a block to bring my hand to. So it's almost like a hybrid between crescent pose and then half moon pose. So it's more out to the side with your hand than forward of your foot. Then on your next inhale, slowly rise up. If you're using a fairly light block like myself, you can bring it along with you and switch over to the other hand. Right hand cups behind the head, arc to the left, right leg goes out to the side, and then left hand out to the left and slightly forward. Push both knees forward, tilt your left ear towards your left shoulder, reach the right arm option overhead. Eventually a pose can be called cascade, where you take the hand all the way to the floor. A little bit difficult if you're using a block. Then inhale, slowly rise up. Just leave the block near the front of your mat and come into earth position. That's the first kata called Mula Kata. Now on to earth kata. Starting in earth pose. Push your arms forward, broaden through your upper back, then use the non-dominant Hercules clasp. Pull the elbows apart, broaden through your upper back, drag the left foot, and step it back. This time, Turn both feet out at a 45-degree angle for horse position. Hands to your knees. Turn your knees in and move your hips further back. And then sitting low, lift your heels to hover away from the floor and bring your hands and arms into chin-up bar position. Imagine holding a chin-up and being able to pull yourself up as you sit your hips down and back. So pull up and sit down and back. And then lean it back just a little bit. From here, changing it up a bit just to make the roots a bit quicker. Hinge forward into frog leaps. So hands flat and hop a few times. If you're near a wall, you could walk up the wall to mimic that position, or just keep practice hopping. Come up a little bit higher every time, till maybe one day you find a place where you could balance. Or almost fall over. Woo, woo, woo! Kept it. Okay, then feet back down, rise up, hands to the knees, drop the right shoulder down, push the right arm straight, twist to the left, and switch. Drop the left shoulder down, left arm straight, twist to the right. Then turn the right foot forward. With the right foot forward, rise up, Hercules clasp, step forward. Balancing on the left foot, cross your right ankle over your left knee. Bend your knees, and then option to reach back, grab hold of your butt, lift your butt up a little bit higher. And then with the butt lifted up, reach the arms forward in front of you. Hold on to opposite elbows. So cross ankle squat with arms in genie position. Push the elbows out to the sides, broaden through the upper back, lift up tall. Switch the cross, lower right foot, cross left. You can wheels on the bus transition to the other genie arms. Sit a little bit lower, lift the left knee higher, lift the glutes higher, push your elbows out, lift up through the crown of your head. Then uncross your left, keep your arms in genie, chair position. Bend your knees, sit down low. Sitting down low, reach the arms forward in front of you. Chair, heels hover. Chair's heel hover, sit down lower. Rise up momentarily for sky position, touch the ceiling. Lift the heels, then sit back down again. This time take an arc, a twist over to the right as you sit lower. Keep the left hand high, touch the right hand down, preparing for matrix drop back. Cup the back of the head left, move the right hand further back, and then lift it up. Sit down and back, and then lift the hips up. And pulse a few times. Moving with your breath. Exhale is moving hips down. Inhale is ribs up. And then push your way back into a squat position. Both hands ecstasy. Power up your glutes and lift up. Easy does it. Reach the arms in front of you. Bend your knees. Sit down low. Arms out to the side. Right arm up high. Left arm back. Sit lower. Take the left hand down. Cup the back of your head right. Matrix drop back, second side. Left hand can go further back. Then lift the hips. And then drop the hips. Find a pulse. Up and down. Creating a strength and a playfulness and a lightness. One more. Then push your way back. Squat position. Hold the back of your head. Inhale, slowly rise up. Weight your left foot. Cross right ankle over left, same as you did before. This time go into globe hands. Take a twist to the left. Either hold on to your ankle if you're a little tighter, or hold the bottom of your foot with your right hand, and left hand goes behind the head. Bend the left knee more, move your hips further back. Drop your right knee out to the side. Then uncross the right, go globe hands position, and switch sides. Cross left ankle over right knee, bend your standing leg, turn to the right, and then hold ankle or foot, right hand ecstasy, pulling in. Last pose of the earth set before moving into Phoenix Rising. And what's the first pose of Phoenix Rising? It's Phoenix pose. So uncross left foot down, reach the arms in front of you, dig, drag right, cross right knee over left knee, kickstand your foot, and cup the back of your head. Both hands, elbows forward, push your outer knees into each other, push your right foot forward, move your groins down and back, lift your rib cage up, sit your hips low. Pulse again with your breath. Embrace the movement. Embrace the fluidity of the practice. Uncross the right and switch sides. Dig, drag left, cross left knee over right, inhale up, exhale, sit down and back, up and down and back. Uncross the left, reach the arms forward and up, V-vector position, balance on the left foot, place your right foot to your inner knee. Whoa, yoga rules broken. Bend your left knee. So with your left knee bent, push your right knee into, the right foot into the knee so it's strong. Push your arms straight, bonsai pose, and then start to lean back. Imagine holding on to something above you. So you can take it to your edge, keeping your upper back broad. And then rise up, uncross the right, and switch sides. Place your left foot to your inner right knee. You don't have to push it really hard. You don't have to kick it. Nobody wants to kick their foot. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Testing my balance a bit. Push the arms straight. With arms straight, lifting rib cage high. Start to lean it back. Taking it to the edge. Testing the limits. And then come back up. Uncross the left foot and place both hands to your knees. With both hands to your knees, open your right leg out to the side, open leg position. Push your knee forward, move your hips further back. As you push the knee further forward and move the hips further back, open the leg out to the side. Turning this into another position, turn back to center, hold your knee with your left hand and right hand to your hip. Standing balancing twist. Twist towards the right and cup the back of your head. Right hand. Push your head back into your hand. Staying on the left leg, turn back to center. Swing the right leg behind you. Hold over your toes and come into dancer's pose. I did a rhyme crime there. And then you can stay here or rebound. Bow forward, touch the floor. Kick your foot back to rebound up. Do that 5 times total, moving fairly quick. I don't know what rhymes with rebound. Demound. Steve bound. Last one. And then come up, hands to knees. Weight your right foot, open leg left. This point you're like, thank goodness, get me off of that left foot. It's like, oh, I like balancing on the right foot now. Push the knees forward, move the hips further back, standing open leg position, and then standing one-legged twist. Rise more upright, but keep the right knee bent. Hold the left knee with your right hand and cup the back of your head left. Push your head back into your hand, move your hips back, and take a gentle twist over towards the left. As you twist to the left, you're welcome to find a little pulse up and down. Then turn to center, reach the right arm forward in front of you, hold over your left toes, bend your right knee, hinge forward, bow down, touch the floor, kick back, and come up. Continuing that. 2, and 3, and last one. Balancing on the left, go globe hands position, and then tilt forward, lift your back foot, propeller pose. That was the end of Phoenix Rising. Now we go deep, deep into the deep Roots series. Push your knees forward, hips back, and from propeller pose now open your hands and touch your hands down and hitch kick a few times from side to side. So hop off your left foot and land right. Next time you land left, turn your heel out to the side, move your hands to the right, drop your left heel, then lift your hands into globe hands. From propeller, step your right foot forward to the right edge of your mat, diagonal starter block position. Just a lunge position, but on an angle towards the front right. Pulse forward and back on your mat. And then from diagonal starter block, lift your back foot, point your toes, bring the top of your foot to the floor, knee down. Reach the arms straight, stretch them long, and then from this low lunge position, little mantis. Cup the back of your head right, left hand down near the front left corner of your mat, tilt your ear to shoulder, lift the right side rib cage up. From little mantis, moving back into side chair. Step your left foot back first, then your right foot back. Stack the feet on top of each other, bend your knees, and pulse the legs up and down. Then one-legged side chair. Lift your right leg, place your right hand to the front of your right knee, push your knee forward, tilt your left ear towards your left shoulder, then flip all the way over, wilder thing, cup the back of your head again, and then pulse a little bit, up and down, up and down. Then from wilder thing, unflip, lift your right leg, cross ankle over knee, bring your right hand down, position your shin down, come into falcon pose. Elbows forward, hands in seed, fingers curled, arms strong. Push down with your elbows, lift your rib cage up. Then curl your left heel in, doing a hamstring curl, toning the back of your leg more. Pull your elbows towards your knees to move your rib cage more forward. Then rise back up onto your hands, and then from there, tuck your toes and push back, crouching cat position. In crouching cat position, same as before, cat burglar 5 times, hop forward and back. Then rise up, recovery position, globe hands, dig drag left, propeller pose. Bend your right knee, tilt forward, and pulse a little bit, up and down. Then hinge forward, hitch kick, switch from foot to foot. Eventually land right, move the hands to the left, bring your right heel down, rise up to propeller, tough to do. Step the left foot forward, diagonal starter block, reach the arms forward, sit the hips back, lift your back foot, knee down, wide sweeping arc to the right, right hand down, cup the back of your head left, sit back, lift left side rib cage up, sit back, and left side rib cage up. And then keeping your left hand behind your head, step your right foot back, step your left foot back, side chair position, pulse the legs. Then option to lift your left leg up, hand to knee, push knee into hand, hand into knee, tilt ear to shoulder, and then from this position, keeping the strength, flip over, wilder thing. It's like wild thing, but it's just wilder. And then pulse up and down. Make sure your feet are steady and fixed. Turning the knees more up into the back of the room. And then unflip. Left hand down. Cross your left ankle in front of your right knee. And slowly position yourself down into falcon pose. Option to create a bit of a hamstring curl effect with the right leg, pulling the heel into the glute. Pull your elbows towards your knees. Reach forward through the top of your head. As we prepare, instead of going into cat burglar, which you could do, transitioning from crouching cat to recovery, just hopping on the spot, this time trying to find a little bit of hang time, maybe even using a wall if you need to. You could use it at the side or behind you or in front of you. But moving back, crouching cat, and find a little bit of play. Then rise up, recovery position. In recovery position, weight your left foot, take a little step back with the right foot. You can bring both hands to your front knee, or you could use a block to put your hands on. I'm seeking a little bit less intensity. Hands to the knees, and then moving the hips back. As the hips go back, lift your butt up and create the curvature of your low back inward. From there, keep the back knee bent and work the front leg straighter for pyramid pose. My leg doesn't come close to straight. See, not straight. But this is a pretty intense hamstring stretch. Then hold the outside of your knee, right hand, left hand to the outside of your head, tilt ear to shoulder, twisted pyramid. Start to work your leg straighter as you twist, staying strong, staying steady. Turn back to center, cup the back of your head right, step forward, and then step back left. Tilt forward, either hands to block or hands to front knee. Move the hips back, lift the glutes up, start to work your right leg straighter. Push your knee forward, lengthen forward with the rib cage. So ribs forward, hips back. Create the arch, work your front leg straighter, twist towards the right, right hand behind your head, twisted pyramid, push the right big toe down and forward, broaden your sit bones back and apart. Then cup the back of your head left, push off, step forward. The talon set is pretty short. Turn your feet out, sit down into a deep squat position. From deep squat, hold the underside of the knees, lift the knees up, and encourage your low back to move in and up. Squat tall, squat proud. Then, if your block is handy, position it behind you, touch your fingers down, and then step one foot, then another foot back. Hero pose. Fingertips and dome hands. 3 deep cycles of breath. Inhale and exhale. Again. Last one. Join your hands together. Place your thumbs to the top of your head. Point your elbows forward and lift the head up into your thumbs as you twist to the left. Then keep your left hand as it is in rooster position when it's just one hand, and place your right hand to the outside of your left knee. Seek to lift the rib cage up and turn just enough. Keep your gaze in the same direction as the center of your heart. Then turn back to center, twist over towards the right thumb to the crown of the head, lift up and twist, keeping the hips heavy. Make your rib cage broad and full. And then turn back to center. For crouching sphinx, I like to use the block to hold the outside and wrap the fingers around the front side. But move back onto your forearms. Open your feet wide, crouching sphinx. If you're confident and you could step in and hop into hovering sphinx, you're welcome to do that. Come up and balance just on your forearms. Or you could play and just lift your left leg out to the side or your right leg out to the side. Then lower your knees down, move the block a little bit forward and out to the side. Curl the fingers and then slowly bring your belly down to the floor. Move the elbows forward, curling the fingers. Lift your feet, push your knees down, push your elbows down, pull them back towards your hips. Pull your rib cage forward, let your belly stretch and get longer. Tummy time position. And from tummy time, bring your right forearm down, extend your right leg straight, reach back, hold on to your left foot, and then kick your foot back into the resistance of your hand. Turn your chest back towards the center and switch. From here, moving into bow pose for 10 seconds, then lifting up into panther prep. Keep the feet lifted, hands wide, push your knees down, and lift your way back up. And do that 4 more times. An option for a couple more, tuck your toes, and with your knees bent, hips up, do a couple. And push back. Crouching cat position. Keep the feet wide, chin in line with your wrists. Turn your feet to the left. Keep your left fingertips to the floor and drop right ear to right shoulder. Sit your hips back. Stretch the left hand forward and down. Then back to center and switch. Turn your feet to the right hand, dome hand, stretch and reach it long. Always helps to say reach, reach. And then this time, bring your right hand down, but keep your feet turned to the right. Lower your hip down. Move your left hand forward slightly and dome your right hand. Seated side twist. Lift your rib cage up. Twist it towards the left. Then turn back to the right. Slide your left arm long. Lie onto your side body for side bow. Lift the left side rib cage and left side waist so that your own forearm could reach underneath yourself. Lift your right leg to hover off the left leg, knees bent. Hold the outside of your knee. Push your knee up into your hand. Move your hips further back. Then place your right hand down. Lift your way back up. Hands flat. Turn your knees the other way. Right hip down. Right hand slightly long. Dome your left. Twist towards the right. Seated side twist. And then slide the right arm long, lie onto your side body. Lift the left leg to hover, lift the right side waist, push the left knee forward, move the hips back, push the knee up, broaden the sit bones. Then swing both arms in front of you, roll onto your back. Supine bow, crisscross your arms, lean to the left, stretch your right arm straighter. Lean to the right, stretch your left arm straighter. Open the hands wide again. Broaden through your upper back. Press the back of your pelvis down and push the back of your head down. Maybe so much with the back of your head down that your ribs can lift up and you can sway arms and ribs a little bit. Okay, then turn your palms to the front of your mat, bend your elbows, chin up bar position. Push your feet down, lift your hips up, keep your belly lifted, and drop the hips lower. With the hips lower, keep the belly long, push the head back, broaden through your upper back. You're welcome here to lift one leg up, or then other leg up. And slowly lower all the way down. For round 2, you're welcome to go up onto a block and put it on the lowest setting. Keep your belly lifting up high, or you can go up into wave pose. And my version of wave is like a ripple. I call it ripple pose, just like a pebble dropped into a lake. So it's very little, it's more closer to wheel. But hands beside the ears, fingers point to the feet, and lift up. And then wave poses, dropping the hips down. That's about all I can do. And tuck the chin, slowly lower. Keep the belly lifted, low back lifted. Push your left foot down, pull it back, lift your right foot to hover. Place your hand to the front knee, push knee into hand, hand into knee, get your belly toned, abdominals toned, pectoral muscles toned, and then hold the back of your thigh and work your legs straighter. Then switch legs, right foot down, lift the left foot, push knee into hands, hands into knee. Great tone in your waist. Then hold the back of your thigh and extend your leg up. Keep this foot lifted, cross ankle over knee. Take your arms into chin-up bar position. Lift your hips, scooch them back. And then as you push ankle into knee, knee into ankle, open your left knee out to the side. Supine cross ankle, which is also called SCA. Okay, and then switch. Cross right over left. Open your knee out to the side. for the next pose, keep your arms in chin-up bar position. Uncross your right foot. Shift your hips to the left and drop your knees to the right for a supine twist. With your arms in chin-up bar position, allow your left shoulder to lift up slightly and stack your knees on top of each other. And you can place your right hand to the outside of your left knee to gently pull down. Inhale and come back up. And go over to the other side. Hips to the right, legs to the left. Stack your knees. Left hand to outside of knee. Right elbow points up. If your right elbow is out to the side, it's actually quite demanding and challenging if you let your right shoulder lift. But if you allow your right shoulder to lift and your elbow points up and even back, it feels really good. You can close your eyes and turn your rib cage from left to right. And then come back up. Shift your hips in line with your shoulders. Lift your feet, cup your kneecaps, freedom position. Let gravity do the work. And quick roots and quick practice. Still a long practice, but quicker than 60 or 75 minutes. And push your knees up into your hands. Make the back of your pelvis heavy. And one of the most dense areas of the body, the sacrum, where upwards of 5 vertebrae fuse together to create one bone. And keep the sacrum dense and heavy. Slide your legs long, feet wide, arms alongside you with your palms face down. Curl your fingers. Press the back of your pelvis heavy. There's no shortcuts in this practice. It requires long-term commitment and dedication. But the glimpses, the breakthroughs, the epiphanies can be quick. The shifts, sudden or dramatic. Some days it is, and some days it isn't. Acknowledge what type of day it is for you, and rest into that thought. And please move your head to side. Wiggle fingers, toes. Reach the arms over. Bend your knees. Roll over to either side. Making your way up into hero's position. I'm grateful for this practice. Grateful for this life. Namaste.